May Juice WRLD's career rest in peace after this terrible album drop. This album was a major letdown to all Juice WRLD fans across the world. I said this before in my previous video about Juice WRLD's record label being absolutely terrible, but this album just further proves my point. I've been listening to Juice WRLD's unreleased music since before he even passed, and I've probably heard over 300 of the 2,000 plus unreleased songs, and there are plenty that are better picks than the ones that Bibby picked for this album, and he wonders why people send him death threats every day. No, I'm not saying he deserves it or that the people should be doing that, but I can see where people are coming from. For starters, the album cover is nothing less than an actual piece of garbage. The artist for the cover is none other than the famous Takashi Murakami, the same artist that made the album cover for Kanye West's Graduation. But when I look at the cover he made for Juice's album, it looks just like a shitty knockoff someone was trying to replicate his art style with, but ended up making a steaming pile of dog shit. I get I'm probably not the most qualified person to be talking about something like this, but I genuinely hate looking at this album cover. The original Party Never Ends cover they had for this during the promo was so much better than the actual garbage we got. But I'm guessing Bibby wanted the cover to represent his ideal image for what he was going to make this album into. So there's two versions of this album, one mixed by Blanco and one mixed by Max Lord. But Bibby ended up choosing Benny's track list. Comparing the two lists together, Max's was so much better than the actual album we got. Blanco and Juice WRLD didn't even end on good terms before he passed, but they gave this man the right to make a tracklist for his final album. Seems kinda sussy, but hopefully they drop a deluxe version of the album where it's just Max's version with all the added songs that he would have put in. Cause you can tell that 14 out of the 18 songs sound like they were just freestyles Juice did in the back of his tour bus. Like these were just songs that he put little to no effort into, and you can tell by his voice and emotions in each song. These songs were literally just meant to be throwaways, yet Bibby heard these songs and thought, yeah, that would go good together on his last album. This definitely won't ruin my subordinate's legacy. It's so tragic to see how poorly put together this album was, and like I said before in my other video, it's just a cash grab when their money is running low, cause they know that people just want to hear more Juice WRLD, so they put together shit just to keep people quiet until they need money again. Absolutely disrespectful. And who the fuck asked for Nicki Minaj to be on this album? And why did she get to take Arctic Tundra and then put it on her album and ruin it? Bibby did say that Rental was supposed to be on the album, but the sample didn't clear in time for the album release date, so we just have to wait until then. But there's still hundreds of better picks that could have been and should have been on the album. Life's a Dungeon, Underworld, Long Time Coming, Hypnotic, Chrome, Chimp, Purple Montclair, Worth It, Starstruck, Electric Chair, Bird's Eye View, Confide, Spanglish. Shit, I would have been happy if he just made an album of all the songs on his SoundCloud that were never put on streaming platforms, like Run, Rockstar Girl, Autograph, and Moonlight. I actually ended up coming across this concept album made 2 years ago by this guy on SoundCloud. This is honestly what the album should have sounded like, but if you want to give it a listen, I'll leave a link in the description. Now you can't deny the advertising for this album is actually pretty good. Hyping it up all over Twitter, bringing up songs in DJ Scheme and Ski Mask concerts, even finally getting Juice WRLD in Fortnite with his own skin, back bling, emote, and even some of his top songs as background music in the game. So of course I bought all of it in preparation of OG Fortnite coming back again. But back to the album, this was actually meant to be Juice WRLD's last album, and his record label completely and utterly failed him, and ruined his career in the process for about the 20th time now, if I'm keeping track. There's really only 4 songs you should really listen to off of this album. It's Adore You, Jeffe, Barbarian, and KTM Drip. Fuck Grade A Production, fuck Lil Bibby, and fuck Ali Lottie. Okay, they just released Empty Out Your Pockets, so at least they're doing something to fix this album.